Ag Bioscience, the #1 ag tech podcast globally, is now available on video. Hear from leaders and innovators across food, animal health, plant science, ag tech, and agriculture. Mondays at 6 a.m. on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. While you're there, subscribe and leave us a review. It's the Ag Bioscience Podcast with Agronovis Indiana. Get more information at agronovisindiana.com.
The internet changed how we work. AI is changing what work gets done. A bank cut loan processing from days to hours. A student built an AI scheduler, improving on-time delivery from under 70% to over 90%. Most teams know AI matters, but aren't sure where to start. InAI is Indiana's statewide AI adoption effort, built with industry, academia, and community partners, helping you move from understanding to action. Visit inaiready.com.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Tuesday, July 14th, 2026. I'm Abriana Herron. Statewide home sales are ticking upward for the first half of the year, according to a new report from the Indiana Association of Realtors. Year-to-date closed home sales through June totaled nearly 39,000, a 2.5% year-over-year increase, while pending sales are also 3% higher. Indiana Association of Realtors CEO Mark Fisher told Inside Indiana Business that while there was hope for more relief on mortgage rates, Indiana is seeing a solid market so far this year.
Luckily, Indiana is seeing population growth. We've seen strong demand. We're also seeing sellers come off the sidelines. And so we've seen more inventory increases. And so buyers have more options as sellers are coming off the sidelines from easing of that lock-in effect that we saw in previous years with high interest rates.
The statewide median home sale price was $275,000, up 5% compared to the same period in 2025. For the full statewide summary, visit the Indiana Association of Realtors website. A manufacturer of copper rod and single-end wire products, is moving forward with growth plans in Northeast Indiana. SDI LaFarga Copperworks said Tuesday it is investing $32 million to expand manufacturing operations in New Haven, including the construction of 2 new buildings and the addition of 12 jobs. The company expects to begin construction next month, with work slated for completion by the end of 2027. And the Indiana Chamber of Commerce announced Tuesday that it has updated its long-term economic vision plan. The new plan narrows the scope of its priority goals from 31 to 18 and adds new performance measures designed to track the state's progress over the next decade. Among the priorities are increasing the number of Hoosiers with workforce credentials, expanding STEM bachelor's degree attainment, improving early childhood education outcomes, strengthening reading proficiency, and boosting population growth across all Indiana's economic development regions. Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand is made possible by the following.
Thanks for listening to this IBJ Media podcast. You're probably going to remember this ad. Do you know why? Podcast advertising works. 85% of listeners recalled hearing an ad during a podcast, and 70% of podcast listeners have acted after hearing an ad. So whether you're looking to be heard across the entire IBJ Media Podcast Network, sponsor one of our shows, or just start with a 30-second ad, IBJ Media can help. Contact advertise at ibj.com to learn more.
Indiana pharmacy regulators have approved a disciplinary settlement with IU Health Ball Memorial Hospital after what investigators call one of the largest known drug diversion cases in state history. Inside Indiana Business's Alex Brown has more.
The Indiana Board of Pharmacy voted 3-2 Monday to place the Muncie Hospital's pharmacy license on probation for at least 3 years, issue the maximum $44,000 fine allowed under state law, and require outside audits, inspections, and additional training to prevent future drug diversion. The case centers on former pharmacy manager Christopher Noth, who prosecutors allege stole more than $120,000 worth of opioids over nearly 4 years without being detected. Several board members questioned whether the punishment punishment was strong enough. Board member Kate Snedeker said, quote, "I don't know how we approve this. From a public standpoint, this is reprehensible," end quote. Other members said state law limited their options and that the agreement represented the strongest settlement available. The hospital admitted its policies failed to adequately monitor controlled substances, allowing the thefts to go undetected. The settlement also notes IU Health cooperated with investigators and has since strengthened its diversion prevention measures. Noth faces multiple felony charges, including theft, possession of a narcotic drug, and forgery. His criminal case is still pending, with a court hearing scheduled for August 5th. The Board of Pharmacy also indicated it will likely consider disciplinary action against Noth's pharmacist license in a future hearing. Professional licensing agency records show that his Indiana pharmacist license status as valid to practice while reviewed. He renewed his pharmacist license July 5th, according to PLA records. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
U.S. inflation cooled last month as the cost of gas, clothes, and used cars fell, providing some relief to consumers, while underlying price pressures also cooled more than expected. Prices dropped 0.4% from May to June, the largest monthly drop in 4 years, the Labor Department said Tuesday. On a yearly basis, inflation declined to 3.5%, down from a year-over-year gain of 4.2% in May, and lower than many economists expected. Yet, oil prices rose for a second day Tuesday as the United States renewed attacks on Iran, and President Donald Trump announced a new blockade in the Strait of Hormuz, a key shipping route for about 1/5 of the world's oil. And a New Jersey-based company that specializes in sustainable waste solutions has launched an effort designed to help manufacturing companies in Northeast Indiana divert their waste away from landfills. ReWorld is partnering with Fort Wayne-based United Dumpsters to allow manufacturers to deliver waste materials locally that are then consolidated and transported to ReWorld's thermomechanical treatment facility in Indianapolis for disposal. Colin Bowen, director of sales for ReWorld, said that eliminates the need for many companies to make individual long-haul shipments.
Through this partnership with United Dumpster, we have the ability to consolidate that waste into 20-ton loads, which it cuts down in those transportation costs, thus making it more economical for the surrounding communities.
The process, according to ReWorld, also helps reduce truck traffic, pollution, and greenhouse gas emissions. I'm Abriana Herron for Inside Indiana Business Radio, on demand.